Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Miss Fierce here from the Fierce Trade House. And this video that I'm about to do is going to be more like a response to a question that somebody, a member of our community on Telegram, asked me today, earlier this evening, when I posted some content in my channel and on crypto. I have done a crypto video analysis for the week, and I posted it in the group. And so he just responded immediately, and he asked me a question: can you identify coins that will do 10 times or 5 times in advance? So I know for sure, like, this is a very this is something that a lot of people, even if they don't ask, they actually, especially people who are new to the space or are still trying to get their heads around the crypto market space, how do people, because we hear about all these crypto millionaires and how people are making 10x, 20x, 100x, 1000x in many cases, or in some cases, not necessarily many, but in some cases. So I was going to respond in the group, and then I figured, the best way for me, because if I just respond, I may not give a proper comprehensive answer, and I just don't want to talk for the sake of talking. So I decided to actually do this video. Okay, so that's the topic of today. Like, how do you know where to find the coins that actually 10x and so on and so forth? So okay, so first of all, if this is your first time on my channel, please like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and thank you very much. So back to the topic. So today I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. And I need to put a disclaimer here. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a cryptocurrency advisor or consultant. I'm just giving you information based on my own personal research and my understanding of the space, to the level where I understand it. Okay, so take everything I say with a pinch of salt and do your own research. But this is how I want to tackle this, and hopefully I'll give you more than just a straight answer, in the sense that you leave this video at least having understood more than what you actually anticipated. So if you already know how to do this, this video is not for you, but I'm sure if you're brand new to crypto, this might be interesting for you. So let's say, for example, if you're looking for 10x gains, and in terms of the crypto projects out there are actually safer ways to do this, other than the usual, trading in the markets on Binance or Bitfinex exchanges, and or looking for small coin projects with huge speculative potential that are neither here nor there. It's just, I mean, I can tell you for sure, when I started trying to figure this out as well, I did get in one or two initial projects that, you're being told, this is going to pump 10 times, and you really don't even understand why. And because of all the hype, you just end up buying these tokens and these coins and everything, and then it doesn't work out as you wanted. Yeah. So if you're looking to 10x, just basic on the 10x, 5 times, or 10x your money or your investment, there's definitely a safe way to do this. Obviously, some people ask, how is it possible, first of all, yeah, to gain such huge gains in crypto? And this is for the skeptics out there. You hear, all these incredible stories, and which are real stories, and we've even seen it in the NFT space, which is just a topic for another day that I'll tackle. This is an article, I think it was published in 2018, and Vitalik has a new idea for ICOs, and it's being tested. And if you don't know what an ICO, guys, is, it's an initial coin offering, and this is basically similar to what we know in the share market, stocks market, initial is it IPO, initial, what does IPO stand for? IPO, I'm actually trying to remember what IPO stands for, so I'm actually Googling it right now. Initial public offering, yes. Yeah. So usually before the shares go into the market, or there's that period in which you can buy these shares before they go into the market, and then they now gain price and things like that. So a lot of people make money during the IPO phase. So the same thing with the coins. It's like there's an initial coin offering. Okay. And in around, I remember in 2017, when there was now the beginning of the buzz, I remember invested in my first cryptocurrency, that was Bitcoin. There was a whole buzz around ICOs. Okay. And there were a lot of projects that were just popping up from nowhere, and people are raising millions, okay, from investors. And then what would happen? They'd simply disappear. So you're told, invest in this coin, it's going to 100 times and in a short period of time. So 2017 was very, very rife with scams of that kind, yeah. And I'm sure even without you knowing that, that even till today, this space has a lot of scams still today. And that is something that will not end, because obviously we have people in this world who just know how to scam you, right? Now, a solution to this scam environment is what is called a DICO, which now Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum, okay, or the person who came up with Ethereum, allows for reduction of these scams. So he talks about a smart contract in which token holders vote to set two mechanisms, a tap and a refund. So the tap is the rate at which a smart contract would allow the issuing team to draw down Ethereum from the smart contract that holds the funds raised in crowd sale. So usually there's that you're fundraising into a project, right? That developers have developed, right? But sometimes all of it is funded at once, like they're trying to reach this target. But now with the DICO, okay, it allows for the fact that if let's say, for example, with the refund button, if voters feel like this project is no longer viable or doesn't look like it's a good project anymore, they can actually pull out their funds. So before, with ICOs, there was no room for you to pull out your funds. You just find yourself having put in millions into the project, and then one day it's not there. But with the DICO that Buterin was proposing back then in 2018, this was supposed to protect the investors, okay, so that they can then decide, if this isn't working for us, let's pull out, and that particular ICO will self-destruct, as you can see here. Okay, so according to him, he felt that this is what would change the ICO industry and make it a better place for people to invest. Okay, so just bearing that in mind, okay, I want to now talk to you about trust swap, okay, because again, tied to how do you know where to find ICOs or projects that are actually viable and safe to invest in. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard of trust swap. If you haven't, I mean, it's right now. It's a coin, or it's a token. And we look at that. So if you just go to trustswap.com, I think I opened it. This is the website. Yeah, and on TrustSwap, you're able to identify 10x projects safely. Okay, and why? I mean, this project has a huge ecosystem of a variety of different products that solve a ton of different problems in the cryptocurrency space. Okay, so I personally like projects that solve problems. So if you're ever looking at investing in something, always read about it and try and see what is this project or whatever token is being put forward for you to invest. What problem does it solve? Okay. Now, obviously, there's too many projects out there that solve problems that don't even exist yet. Okay. And so sometimes you also have to look and ask yourself, does this project, it's saying it's solving a problem, but does that problem even exist? Okay, so they're saying this could be a future problem, fine, but is it viable right now to invest in it? I mean, those are the kind of things you have to think about. Or the projects come up with a problem that they think people might have, and they may gain some speculative hype around it at the beginning. Okay, and this you see, because they think of the project, so someone comes and presents to you a project and says, oh, this thing is amazing, it's gonna be A, B, C, D. And there's a lot of speculative hype around it in the beginning, but it doesn't have long-term sustainability. So what you need to figure out is, does the project have long-term sustainability? Because if it doesn't have a true use case, then you might find long-term, you might find that it's one of those coins that we'll be told that it's a 10x project and it flops. Okay. So TrustSwap has a great, so if you look at it here, it says, if you just go through the website, it says TrustSwap provides DeFi tools for token holders and businesses to buy, trade, and create and secure crypto assets with confidence. And you can see, you can just read on it. Okay, it's a diverse ecosystem. It provides a lot of solutions that people can use in this space. Okay, so I want to go to the launch pad, which I think is what I want you guys to wait. Hold on. So we have the products here. So the launch pad, so we have for business and for consumers. So we have products for businesses and for consumers. Okay. Now, how do I explain this a bit better? Now, whereas TrustSwap has a great use case. This launchpad, they have this launchpad here, which I had opened here. It's like it allows you to become a VC, a venture capitalist. So if you think about it in terms of the IPOs and maybe the ICOs, you'd have pre-access to, you'd need to be a venture capitalist to be given pre-sale access to a project or a token. Okay. So if you're not a VC, you wouldn't qualify. That is a traditional kind of business setup. Like even if you do a startup today, you would, venture capitalists are the ones who initially they put in their money first before everyone else. So I can imagine the people, for example, here locally like Safaricom, the venture capitalists who first initially put in their money into Safaricom. I mean, where they are today, they made a lot more money before the rest of us now are able to invest, like when Safaricom went onto the market, like when they had their IPO, right? So it's the same thing. But now with TrustSwap, it allows you to actually become a VC, okay, directly. Like you don't have to wait until launch of whatever project. You can just have immediate access, okay? Pre-sale or pre-seed access, okay, to early stage startups. So when you have this access, then you're almost guaranteed 10x gains, because you know that once these projects launch officially in the public domain, they're definitely going to go up at a minimum 5 times, 10 times, okay? So like I said, again, this is not financial advice, but let me show you exactly how this is possible, okay? So with TrustPass Launchpad, you get access to projects launching on the platform. Okay, so you actually get access to projects launching on them. And it says even TrustPad or Launchpad is your ticket for early access to the best new crypto and DeFi tokens in the space. Okay, so note that down. And, you can see, it tells you here 39 launchpads, $30 million plus have been fundraised, and there are 4 upcoming launchpads. So you can decide to participate in the upcoming launchpads if, of course, you have the capital to do so. So, and these projects are launched on, the beautiful thing about it is that they're launched on the Ethereum chain, on the Binance, Polygon, Avalanche chain, and so on and so forth. So you can literally link your TrustSwap to your MetaMask if you have a MetaMask wallet. If you don't know what a MetaMask wallet is, I have a video and I'll drop a link in the description of MetaMask and how to set up your MetaMask wallet. And then now once you do that, you'll be able to then link to your TrustSwap. For example, if you do want to participate in one of their upcoming launchpads for their different projects. Okay. So that being said, so you can see these are all the different projects. So it says time left until the launchpad application opens is 3 hours, 22 minutes, and so on. And so you can read about the projects. Minimum requirement stake is 4,000 swap. So what that means is ideally you need to buy swap, which is the token on the trust swap for the trust swap ecosystem, to be able to participate in these launches. Okay. And you can see the initial price is 0.075, but you're told the minimum requirement is 4,000 swap. So you can find out how much 4,000 swap is, basically. Okay. So it gives you, like, this is it's launching February 17th. It's a collaborative NFT metaverse platform offering opportunities for everyone, including blah, blah. Wizardia, is a play to earn online role playing strategy game. So these are games. This is play to earn auto chess. So you can decide to participate in these upcoming launches. Okay, and here you can also see past launch pads, the top ones that have actually, and you can see, look at, for example, NFT champions. The initial price was 0.01 and its all-time high price was $1. It literally grew by 10,000%. Okay, Opulus' initial price was $0.05. It grew by 15,000%. It's now at $7. I mean, not now, not right now, but this is an all-time high price. I don't know what the price is now. You'd have to check if you actually were interested in it. Cellframe. I mean, so these are projects that have been launched. And if you look at it, most of them are more than 10,000% in terms of all-time high. And in the current price now, so for example, like NFT champions, it was 0.01 and then it went all the way to $1 and then it came back to 0.14. So even with the 0.14, it still grew by 1,000%, 1,371%. Okay, so this already tells you how good this platform is in terms of giving you access to projects that will definitely, at least, you're looking for 10x. This can give you 1,000x. This can give you 688x, 478, 309, and so on and so forth. So these are the upcoming ones, and all of them have a minimum stake of 4,000 swap. Okay, and if I look at the, let's see, trust swap. Let me. I'm trying to look at the. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to look at the coin itself, the swap coin. Right now, it's 0.84. One swap coin is 0.846891. So if the minimum investment is 4,000 swap, 4,000 times 0.846891. 846,891. That's about $3,387.564. So basically, that's the minimum investment. Okay, so for anyone who's looking to 10x their money, you need a minimum of about $3,000 basically to invest in some of these projects on the trust swap launchpad. Okay, so hopefully that is clear. Okay, I'm hoping I've not lost anybody. So there's a whole process in if you wanted to actually get the trust swap, you'd have to, there's a whole process in terms of how to buy the coins and everything, but that's not complicated. I think if you have a MetaMask, or you can convert, you can swap your coins into any of these tokens. Okay, you just I'll probably do a separate video for that. I just don't focus on it right now, but you can actually do that. Yeah, you can swap on actually the trust swap site. So so that's basically it, right? Now, so why are the projects, because again, like I said, why do I feel personally that these projects are safe? Okay. First of all, you can read their white papers. You can see the amount they're trying to fundraise. Like now, this particular one is trying to fundraise $950,000. This one is trying to fundraise $500,000. This one has not yet said how much they're trying to fundraise, and neither has this one. Okay. These ones are, because they're not yet time for launch is not yet. These are the two that are actually near. So there's Wizardia and there's Legion Network. Okay. So how do you know that these are safe projects? Why are these projects safe, for example? Well, first of all, you need to know that these projects on TrustSwap have been vetted by TrustSwap. Okay. But who is TrustSwap? Okay. Who are they to say that these projects are even safe? Now, it all boils down to the TrustSwap ecosystem. Okay. TrustSwap has an ecosystem of how to provide value for its swap token. Okay. And you can see that initially at some point, this Trust Swap token was actually, I think, $7 at some point. If I look at this is last year, if I look at the 1 year, if you had gotten into any of the projects last year when they started out, in 2021, this coin was at about $4 and above, maybe $4.5. Okay. And when it was still at, back then, now it's back down to like 0.8. So the people who invested into this here, made some good income. But my point is this, okay? It doesn't matter what the price is right now. That's okay. This allows you to participate. If it was at $4, you'd be spending about $16,000 to actually just participate in their projects on the launchpad, right? So right now it's very accessible for people because of the pricing, right? And also because I've shown you how other projects have been able to 1,000x and things like that, you know that it's actually a good thing. So now I need you guys to also look at it from crypto and the problems of crypto today. Now, the main problems of the cryptocurrency space is the fact that the having a bear market sustainability. We know, first of all, that every 4 years, the crypto market goes up and down. Like there's a huge boom every 4 years, okay? And the market is like a cycle. So it goes up and then it goes down every 4 years. It's one of those things. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but that's what happens. Okay, so even if you just look back into when the crypto market began and so on with the early cryptocurrencies till today, you'll see that every 4 years, it's like a pattern. Look at the cryptocurrency chart on Binance or on TradingView, you'll be able to see that, okay? And at the end of those 4 years, the market comes crashing back down. So there's a boom, okay? And then at the end of that 4th year, there's a market crash, okay? And if you look at it from, I think it was a 2018, was it 2018, 2017 Bitcoin crash and everything, from when it went to 20,000 and then it crashed back down and so on and so forth. And then now, the other day it went up to $60,000 last year at some point, and then it crashed to, I think now we are at 40 something. We even got to as low as 32K. Okay. So it happens every time, yeah. And many projects, okay, in the crypto space will fizzle back even down to zero. So we can see that TrustSwap at some point was at $4, almost $5, and then now it's back at 0 point something. Some will even get to minus 90% gains on the project. So you want something that has a real world use case and has bear market sustainability. Okay. And all these things I'm saying are gonna add up, don't worry. So within the TrustSwap ecosystem, we have something called the smart lock. Okay. And this is what brings security to crypto in terms within the TrustSwap ecosystem. So if I go back to, I'm trying to look at where is the main homepage. Let's go back and see. And so as you know, and basically what let me just give you scenarios so that you guys understand, especially for people who don't know this, and this is they're still getting to understand the space. There are many ways to lose money in the crypto space. Okay, for starters, when a team dumps a project, okay, people fundraise, they put in money, and then the team behind the project just rug pulls. It's called rug pulling. You get wrecked. You know, you've had people saying, I was wrecked in that project. Wrecked meaning REKT, and the rug is pulled under your feet, and you lose your entire investment, and the people disappear, and you never hear about them. Okay, that's one way that people lose crypto, and I've been in such a situation whereby, thankfully, I did make some money before the rug was pulled under my feet, and thankfully, I've also been a bit more cautious with the crypto market, so I haven't really lost too much money with crypto. I've actually made more money with crypto than even with my forex trading career. Okay, in the past, that is. And then another way you can lose is that liquidity can be pulled, especially on the decentralized exchanges. So you can find a DEX that is maybe you're staking some coins and you're trying to earn some passive income, and then you find that those exchanges, again, the liquidity that is fundraised to sustain the DEX is pulled. Okay, another way is they can issue more tokens or issue an infinite mint feature for the tokens. This is a feature where someone can go and mint the tokens, and then take those tokens from the ecosystem to the open market and sell at higher prices. And when they make that money, they take off. Okay. And or maybe they can make updates to the contract, or the contract codes can be poorly coded and have a lot of loopholes that maybe can cause the security of that smart contract or the project to be not viable or very risky as an investment. And that's why, for me, for example, I'm a fan of projects like Cardano, as they use a Haskell programming language. That's a topic for another day. Just read about Cardano in the programming language that they use. That's very secure. And so do other projects like Polkadot, Ethereum, and so on and so forth. And you find that's why these tokens or these coins have actually been growing very progressively in the last couple of years since the initial launches. And that's what TrustSwap does. So the same thing that these other coins are doing, Kina Cardano, is what TrustSwap has. Okay, it's what it does for the other chains, which is gives you a code that has already been audited for you. Okay, and so how do they make the investment safe? The smart lock contracts does what the DICO CEO, Buterin, initially the gentleman I mentioned earlier, was talking about. Okay, having projects or funds released on specific timeframes. So as opposed to coins being released and then you fundraise one big fundraising, the projects are created, yes, but the funds are released on specific timelines. Like basically the project has a timeline. So when you get to a specific timeline is when now you can go to the next timeline. So between that time, investors can even bet if the teams behind the projects have actually met their objectives or their promises that they had made about the project. You see, so being able to have this trust smart lock feature allows for that. So you don't have to put all the money in the project at once. You can put it as per timelines, okay? Meaning that you're not losing money. And if at all you sense that things are uncomfortable, you can, again, like I said earlier, pull out your money and you get your refund of your coins or your investment. Okay. So if you're investing in a project and a team doesn't hit a specific milestone or they don't deliver, again, I repeat, as expected, you can pull your investment out without the team being able to run away with your investment. That is very important. Awesome. And you can see the total locked token value in the projects within the TrustSwap ecosystem that I showed you earlier, those projects, the past ones. This is the amount total that is locked. And these are the amount of projects that are locked within this ecosystem. This is very good liquidity, okay? And so you know that whatever projects, people can just run away with your money, that basically, okay? Now, they also have another feature, okay, called Mint, which let me just click on it, where you can create a fully audited token with zero fees. So if you've ever thought you want to, and the reason why I'm talking about these things is so that you understand that TrustSwap is a safe ecosystem to actually put your money into, because they have so many products around them in the ecosystem solving many problems. So one of the problems is solving the problem of security in terms of you not losing your money. The second problem that people face is they want to create their cryptocurrency. But guess what? creating a cryptocurrency coin is so expensive. You'd have to spend hundreds and thousands to just create that smart contract. So if you're not a developer, again, so this mint, Trust Swap Mint, helps you to create your coin on Binance, Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Polygon with no coding required. So if you want to create a coin, just click on create. You don't need to have any, I can create a coin right now, okay? I'm not gonna do that right now, but that's for you to just do your own research and figure out, okay, that's something that you've been wanting to do. So if anyone, you and I can create a cryptocurrency right now, that is, and then the beautiful thing is because of the way the ecosystem is, it's self-audited. This coin that you're going to be creating is fully audited, that it has drag and drop functionality that helps you to implement the cryptos, and it creates you fully audited projects in minutes. What you do, you're saving on developer fees. You don't need to hire developers to create your tokens and your coins. The project founders also save on developer fees in case they're not developers themselves. They save on auditing fees because initially you'd have to, if you go the long route, you have to get your project audited. It costs money to get audited, right? And so these contracts created by Mint don't have to, they're already pre-audited. You don't have to go through any auditing, meaning that there's already security associated with the Smart Launch Mint contract. So if you launch your contract through Mint or your token through Mint, it will get visibility and is it acceptability? There's a word for it. People will want to participate or use it or whatever because they know that it's a safe coin or a token. It's in a safe ecosystem. Okay, when you're developing code in the crypto, that's and this code has been audited and verified, and there are no loopholes. There are no ways. There's no way for exploitation. There's no easily visible exploits that can be taken advantage of. You have something that is actually good. So guys, basically, that is the advantage, right? That this Trust Swap ecosystem provides for you. The second one is you can mint your own coin. And then the third thing outside of security is, okay, first of all, you need, like I've already shown you, that Trust Swap is actually a token, which you can buy and hold and hope that it keeps on growing in value. Why? Because, and of course, we know these tokens and altcoins have their seasons for growth. So it's one of those things, if you look at the entire ecosystem of Trust Swap and see its use case, it actually has a nice use case. So it's something that you can invest in long term. Okay, maybe this could be late to come in right now to buy the coin because it came from $4, it's not $0.8. But just based on everything around it, the tokenomics and everything, it's actually a viable token. Now, outside of the security of this space, the Trust Swap offers for the projects that are going to be launched there are other things that, we said that it actually has solutions to real world problems. And we know that for cryptos, if they have a solution to real world problems, there's mass adoption is easier. And I initially, I don't know if they have this on the website, but there's a part I read some time ago, and this was what made me get into it, or rather to pay attention to the platform, was you with Smart Lock. Let me see. I think you can automate employee payments in future. Okay, there's that was part of their solutions they were trying to solve, but I'm not seeing it here. I thought it was on the home page. We can set up employee payment subscriptions on your website. If you want people to pay via crypto and you want to have a subscription service, you can just use the Trust Swap ecosystem to figure that out. You can gift people and make payments with it, And if you look at it in terms of crypto subscriptions, whereby people are able to subscribe to your products and services as a company through Trust Swap or using the Trust Swap token story, you find that, just right now it's predicted that by 2025, the global, especially think about if you're in e-commerce, whereby now, I mean, and when I talk about e-commerce, let's think about Amazon, let's think about which other e-commerce, Shopify, I guess. Let's think about Adobe. Adobe now I think is subscribing. Think of Netflix, Spotify, music. That space is huge, right? And it's predicted that the global crypto e-commerce market is expected to reach 478 billion by 2025. So TrustSwap already sees this, and its plan is to actually be able to allow for ease of subscriptions. So that is exactly what makes this ecosystem safe. So even when you're looking at the launches, okay, let me not go back there. I don't want to go back there. We've already seen them. The launches are on a secure platform. Okay, so if you have TrustSwap integrated into your system, you're good to go. You can use the coin to collect your payments and stuff like that. You can create your own smart contracts and have your subscriptions on there, and you just do your thing. With Mint, you can create your coins, as in all these things that I'm mentioning. Okay, the tokenomics just of TrustSwap as a token in itself, and the fact that it's deflationary, for example, those are good things. Okay. So this is now, okay, so if you just go to the website, there are quite a number of things integrated into TrustSwap. You can stake your swap coins on the platform and earn some income, which is where we have been. So, you just connect your wallet to this place, and you can decide to stake. Okay, now again, that's just a whole video for another day. I'll just suggest just come to this place. Once you connect your wallet, you can choose how much you want to stake, and you just stake. Okay, I don't have any Ethereum in my wallet. That's why you're seeing this is like a zero balance. Okay, but I can stake and earn. It has like this contract here, for example. Number of stakers, you can see swap price is this, which is the current price you've just seen. Number of stakers is 10,767. Staked swap is 46. So the swap that you've acquired, you can stake it here. And this is the amount that has been staked in this ecosystem. And the APY is about 4.6. So total supply is this, and staking period is 7 days. So you can unstake your swap in 7 days. So it's like a weekly thing. So if you have extra money, you can just put your money here and it grows slowly. So you can see all these things within the TrustSwap itself make it a viable platform to consider the projects that are posted in here. So lastly, just so that I know I've said a lot of things, but I just want you guys to know, if you're looking for projects where you can 10x at the very least, 5x, this is a good platform. Okay, and I've given you the reasons why. And there's the Ethereum, you can do that on the Ethereum chain. You can do that on the Polygon chain as well. Okay, so if you have a Polygon wallet, you can just, if you have Polygon, you can use that. If you have Binance, you can use that. If you have Avalanche, you can use that, and you can then wait for these things to, I'm not going to open my MetaMask right now, connect it or anything. But I mean, if I was to, let me just, because I've already connected, but I don't want to. So yeah. So yeah, if you have about 3,000, let's say that in Kenyan shillings, that would be 350,000 Kenyan shillings, in dollars, about $3,300, you can wait for the next 3 hours, 8 hours, and put your money in any of these two. You're definitely almost guaranteed. I don't say guaranteed because I'm not a financial advisor, but based on what I showed you with these projects, I mean, past history dictates that these projects literally all of them did more than 10 times. So hopefully, Paul Olwatch, because you're the one who asked the question in my, Peter Olwatch, you asked the question in my Telegram. Hopefully this video has been of value to you and makes some sense. And I think what I'm going to do in the course of this week, maybe midweek, I will do a video on possibly altcoins, maybe the top altcoins I'm actually looking into right now that I think will 10x in this year. So I'm gonna drop that midweek or towards the end of the week, hopefully. So look out for that video. If you found this, if you got value from this video, yes, please by all means like, and also share with people. There are people out there who just don't know where to start. I think this is actually one easy way to start. And again, if you don't even know how you're going to be able to connect, let's say, get the coins onto the trust swap so that you can invest in these projects. I have a video on MetaMask, on how to set up your MetaMask and all that. And once you do that, you just simply link your MetaMask to the trust swap. If I can always, I'm trying to see if it works. Okay, it's already linked. I was trying to unlink it. Yeah, so what I did is initially you'll see connect here. So I can literally just click here. I'll click on it and then it'll open up my MetaMask. Okay, and you can see I have nothing in my MetaMask right now. Okay, but if I had something, I would use whatever is in my Ethereum wallet to invest in some of these projects here. Okay, so thank you once again. Have a lovely evening and see you soon. Happy trading, guys. Happy investing.